before getting out your pitchforks, you might as well listen to what I have to say. So I played through Penacony.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog.
Alright, it's not that bad. Obviously, I will talk about spoilers, so you can go now, if you haven't played. Then come back, please. Let me just preface this by saying, killing off characters for no reason isn't good storytelling. And I'll get more into that later. Prepare to hear a few hot takes in this video. Let me give you a brief summary. The story actually starts off pretty interesting. On the express, we make the jump to Penacony. However, interesting things are seen. Like the future, like spoilers and stuff. Weird spoilers. Then we wake up in a dream world. A dreamscape, whatever the hell they call it here. Then there's this woman called Akaram who helps us leave. Saying weird stuff all the time. Stuff that as of right now has no context. While spouting this nonsense, she gets very emotional and then kills us. At least in this dream world. Weird stuff, man, weird stuff. You know, maybe Firefly is also alive. She also got killed in a dream like this, but we'll talk about that later. When we wake up, we find out that we're already in Penacony, a massive hotel, where we meet a slimy little dude called Aventurine, who gets us inside. We also get acquainted with Sunday and Robin, the latter being a very popular singer among the cosmos, whose song we get to hear twice. Implications? No clue. But before that, Aventurine the creep decides to take advantage of us. Luckily, our emo girlfriend who killed us before came in to save us. Then we go into a pool to have a quote-unquote dream. Then we start seeing stuff. Like, who the hell is this? Then we get dropped in Tilted Towers. Though unfortunately, we end up like the biggest meme in all of Dragon Ball. Only difference being we're actually still alive. Then not long after, we meet the star of the show, Firefly aka Kiana. Initially being attacked for being a stowaway, allegedly, we save her like the knight in not so shining armor we are. After saving her, she basically takes us on a tour. We find out she's hiding a lot of stuff from us, a lot of stuff. Very sus to say the least. But as far as we could see, she was a good, friendly, considerate person. Watching the person that was following us, aka Sampo, who is also here for some reason, put us in a dream where we're fighting him as trash. Or should I say the king of trash. Our destiny. It's a pretty cool cutscene, but Firefly decides to interrupt it, which I hate her for. I don't know what the hell happened to Sampo afterwards, but yeah. She also offered us a nice meal, offering you her limited budget, saying you could get anything you like, with which you can be a complete jerk and buy everything.
We're doing it! Yeah, hey, work overtime! Yeah, oh my goodness, yeah, little broke boy, what up? I appreciate that.
This is...
Yeah?
Are you done ordering?
Yeah.
You have great taste.
Thank you.
I'll get the bill.
Thank you. What's wrong? You sound kind of nervous right now.
Or just buy one or two things, like a normal human being. Unfortunately, I was the type of gluttonous monster that took and used all of Firefly's money to buy every meal on the menu. What a good friend I am. I'll have to agree with visionary Box's take.
It doesn't matter. She's dead anyways. You know, what's she gonna use the money on, huh? Well, like, well, hello? She gonna spend money in the afterlife?
Follow me.
She's dead as f. There's no way she's living in a story. It would be money that wouldn't go to good waste.
Yeah, man, we already know she was gonna die because she's Kiana. She also takes us to gamble. What a nice friend, giving us a gambling addiction at this young age. Anyways, after a bunch of filler, the part that I actually wanted to talk about is Upon the Rough. No one's gonna get that reference. In my opinion, the emotional moment of going up to the rooftop in the Forbidden Zone, I guess, it just came a bit too quick. She opened up way too quick to us. Like they expect us to immediately feel an emotional attachment to the character after literally 1 hour of knowing her. Putting emotional music in the background, well, she partly explains her backstory. The thing is, this music specifically being played here is what forced your sad emotions to come out. Like you could literally not even know the character and you'd be sad here because of it. Same thing goes for the selfie, because whether you like it or not, taking a cute little picture like that is gonna leave some emotional impact. But this scene would have hit 10 times as hard if it was March. You know, someone we've known for more than 1 hour, probably 20 hours at least. Your argument doesn't make any sense. In movies, within short... Buddy, I am not talking about a movie. I am talking about a game that will probably have a 200-hour long story. And in those 200 hours, 1 hour is literally nothing. And that's what I've been trying to get at. She is a good character who is really easy to care about, who can easily get you sad, especially because of how cute she is, and her unfortunate backstory, but she is forced down our throat in a rushed story. I'll be honest, if they want to tell a grandiose story, I'd genuinely be fine with them ending it on the last patch of the update. In this case meaning like 2.6, instead of ending the story at 2.2. Wouldn't that actually be awesome? That way a lot of relationships between the characters would be way more fleshed out. This is exactly the type of story that would benefit from a slower pace. Just don't rush it, like what's the point? You're already making millions. This is your passion project, not a cash cow like the other one. Just take your time. And if you have to go through the same schedule every story, even putting this moment at the end of the first act would have been much more impactful. They could have put to be continued right at the part where we take a selfie, and the middle would be filled with more story about her, more chances to get to know her. So overall the moment was great, but it was rushed. I was staring at the screen like, why? Why do you bring this out now? Because I am not angry at the scene at all. I am angry at the placement of said scene. In a vacuum, this scene is amazing. Cliche, but it is what it is, man. What do you expect them to meet in a sewer or something? Honestly, I talked about that scene a lot, and it's a great scene, just completely mistimed, but it really wasn't the main problem I had with the story. The main problem is much worse. Her sudden death. Like, we were all shocked at the moment it happened, but like, we were also confused. It has the same problems the death scene of Ting Yun had, where she just dies suddenly but not really, and it's more of a shock factor than anything. When you rewatch the scene later on, it really doesn't like move you. People probably care a lot more about Firefly though, unless they have Ting Yun's body pillow in their house, doing who knows what to it. In Ting Yun's case, her neck snaps. In Firefly's case, the space snake comes out of nowhere and impales her in 5 seconds. Why did she just turn into goo? Is it because we're in a dream? Probably. But it's like, once again, at this point many more hours had passed, but I still didn't have anywhere near the amount of emotional attachment like the Trailblazer. Once again, the sad music plays, we see the photo we just took a few hours ago, and the whole moment just feels off. It feels like they should have maybe saved this moment for the end of Act 2 if they're gonna do it. The death was way too sudden, most likely to create shock, but that doesn't change the fact that it's rushed and bad storytelling. Suddenly killing off characters isn't good storytelling. It's the hows and the whys that make the death actually worth it, actually leave an impact on you. For example, imagine how upset people would be if March was killed in the same way. Just let that sink in. People would probably sue the company. That's how terribly the death was handled. Just an insta-kill without saying a word. I consider it recency bias just like the rest. Just like Ting Yun's neck suddenly snapping. Just like Dan Hong suddenly transforming was cool in the moment. When looking at it after the fact, however, you realize that the scene is actually not that great and very rushed. I'm basically implying that the same thing is also happening in Penacony. And then we have to play detective, tracing her past soul, finding out she's literally nothing more than bait. Like, I can't be the only one that thinks the whole relationship with Firefly was completely rushed. Of course, I don't know what they're gonna do with Act 2 and 3. Maybe I'll look like a complete clown by then. Maybe they bring her back, I don't know. Maybe they actually make the deaths make a little more sense, I don't know. But at the end of the day, her death was literally just a JoJo death. Speaking of JoJo deaths, what the hell was Robin's death? Like, we just find her dead in our pool. Unless they follow it up with some amazing storytelling about this situation. Her death was horrible. Who wrote that trash, man? Sunday doesn't seem that affected by it for some reason. I'm surprised he didn't just take out his sword and stick it into Sparkle for making a mockery of her death. It's all strange stuff. Also, they killed Duke Inferno off screen. If he is dead, how in the heck could that ever be good storytelling? How can you justify killing him off screen, bro? Are we supposed to see it as a feat for Acheron? Like, oh look guys, she killed the person that was threatening the space station, whose power level we still don't know about. What a great feat. That is genuinely so lame. Anyways, let me give you all a brief rundown what I think about the other characters as well. I didn't talk about at length because we barely know anything about them. Misha, soy boy. Literally just Mika from Genshin Impact, with blue hair. Aventurine, good old slimy rich guy, who will definitely double cross us in the end. Acheron, murderous mysterious space warrior. Black Swan, mysterious hot space magician. Bald man got destroyed by her. Sparkle, evil jester. She probably ate Sampo. Sunday, obligatory badass male. Robin, actually had less screen time than Tenten. You literally could know nothing about her. And that should be all the character. Wait, what? There's even a Mickey Mouse in this story. Yet the bald man doesn't even mention it. You know how he's all like, Mickey Mouse that, Mickey Mouse this. Well, Mickey Mouse in your face, he's right there. If you love Mickey Mouse so much, then talk about him. Acknowledge him. Lastly, I just want to say, this entire video is solely my opinion. I know a lot of what I said will be unpopular, but I do want to create a discussion in the comments below. Have I cooked? Did I burn the kitchen? Let's discuss. In a civil manner, please.